So here to solve this cave by Matej Uher called Sequences, and we can see all these triplets working in the grid. One thing that may help is to mark some of these boundaries that we can't cross over, particularly like around the 2. But one thing to note is where the 2 is going to take, for instance, one of these cells up or to the right. It's not going to take these, and in a cave we can't make a 2x2 checkerboard, so we can mark this off. Here, this 2 coming down is going to take one of these coming over, but here's some other cells we need to mark, not just around the 2. Like around this 3 coming down, we can't have all those join. Across this 3 going to the right, we can't have all those join. We also have a gap here and a gap here. And some of these gaps are really useful when we've got an unshaded and a shaded and we've got an X nearby. This is a key sign that we can't really take this cell because we would mark this cell off, and that's going to form an invalid cave pattern. Again, a 2x2 checkerboard is not going to allow you to have the cave fully connected and all of the black sections extend to an edge of the grid. So this is marked off. Similarly, if we think about it, if I take this cell, I'm going to put 2 more in right away that are shaded off. So this is not takeable. That means this cave's coming to the right. That means where we actually see we have an X across this, we have to take 1 left or right of the 3, so we can't take 2 cells coming up. This cell isn't reachable because it would cause an issue. So this is marked off, this is marked down. Mark this off. That means this 3 comes across to here. We start to get some of these cave sections marked. No 2x2 rule, no 2x2 rule. We're still going to need to get a valid pattern through the grid. So let's sort of see this 3 coming to the right would block another off and form a 2x2 set. So this has to come down. And that, I think, is now going to force enough of the grid to get us going. So we've got 4 down from this 3, can't be 5. This 5 has to come across. Now this cave section has to get to the edge of the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up, always extending 1. This cell is now surrounded by interior, so must be interior. Marks these off. This now for 2x2 rule, or to complete the 4 comes down. Here we have a cell that's going to be marked off as cave, but we'll need to extend out to the edge of the grid, so it goes this way. That completes this just fine. This 5 needs to take another cell. That 6 now needs another cell to finish it off. Marking those in, this 4 has just enough space to go, and this works out for it. This 7 needs to come up and take at least 1. This 6 will take 1 more. Now that 6 is complete. This cave needs to come up, and actually this 5 has all of its stuff around it and is completed. 7 goes to here. This 4 comes either up and to the left or left and up, but this cell is always used. In marking that in and seeing this 3 takes 1 to the left or right, this is shut off, this is marked in, this is closed off, this is marked in, the 3 is finished. This 4 there, and the last cell marked, and we finished this cave. So this is a good example. You can see all the X's I've put into the grid, but this is an example where the sequences need gaps between them that need the outside of cave shadings between them. And so if you looked at some of the smallest numbers that can't really work together, you'd get the nucleating events that got us through to this one solution of this puzzle. So thanks, Matej, for this puzzle. Thanks you for watching this video, and we'll see you again soon.